Nothing will ever be perfect, so let that go and move with less thought. This is coming from a recovering perfectionist. I know firsthand that overthinking every single step of your business is going to hold you back. Welcome to the Self-Paid Club podcast. I'm your host, Samantha Peddle, a small-town wife and mom who started my first business at 17 and never looked back. For over a decade, I've been helping other ambitious souls build insane wealth in both life and business. We believe that success comes from growth as the whole person, mastering your time, money, and mindset for a balance between all three. Ditch the hustle culture and achieve your dream life by embracing your own vibe, doing it weird, and doing it your way. This is your destination for all things business strategy, mindset work, success, personal development, marketing, and everything in between. If your mission is to build an empire while having fun, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Everyone has a different definition of the term rich. So when I say a rich life, what pops into your head? What does that mean to you? A rich life could involve money, of course. It could involve high income. It could involve spending lots of time with your family. It could involve a lot of really rich experiences in your life and travel. There are so many different definitions of the term rich. But for the purpose of this episode, when I say a rich life, I'm talking about high-level success, millionaire status, things that will provide you with the money that you need in order to hit the other goals in your life, like spending lots of time with family or traveling, because money is a tool for freedom. So today, we are talking about the things that are holding you back from living that rich life, whatever that means to you, and achieving that high-level success that will help to get you there. Things that are holding you back and how you can overcome these things in order to move forward towards that big goal of yours. First up is your fear of failure. Your fear of failure is holding you back from living that rich, abundant lifestyle. And the funny thing about failure is if you're not trying to pursue your goals, you're already failing. So you're trying not to fail, but you're already failing, because if you're making no movement, you're making no progress towards your goals, you're already failing. The very thing you fear is actually happening as we speak if you are not allowing yourself to chase your dreams, to go after those goals, to make the big moves necessary in order to see that progress. And that's one thing you're going to have to wrap your mind around fairly quickly if you want to make progress this year. You're already failing if you're making no movement. So how can we overcome this? Your fear of failure is a human emotion. It's a natural human response when you are thinking of stepping outside your comfort zone, stepping outside the box, and doing things differently than society tells you. Fear of failure is common, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, but it is something that you need to shake or just ignore if you're going to go after your biggest goals. Here's a mindset reframe for you. Even if there is failure or obstacles at each new stage, you're actually learning how to come back even stronger and adjust accordingly with every single step you take. You can't learn if you never move. You need to fail in order to get better. So failure is part of the process. It's nothing to fear. It's actually something to be excited about. Every time I have failed in the past, I've learned tremendous lessons from them that I've been able to carry with me throughout my years of experience with online business, and I am as good as I am today because of those failures that I have under my belt. So you need to look at it differently. Reframe your mindset. Failure is a learning opportunity. It's not the end. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's something that you need to own. It's part of your story, part of the story that you're telling along your journey towards living that rich life. Failure will be part of it, whether you like it or not. It's inevitable, so you might as well embrace it. And remember, you can't fear something that's already happening, and if you're staying stuck right now, you're already failing. Sorry to tell you, but it's the truth. You're already failing yourself and your goals if you're not making any movement. So start making those small changes and those small shifts in order to start making small progress every day. Next up, Your fear of success is holding you back from a rich life. This might be a little weird one for you if you've never heard this before, but it's very, very, very real. The fear of success. Just like you can fear failing, you can fear becoming highly successful because your life is going to drastically change. Your life is going to change for the better, but it also has its own obstacles and its own factors associated with success, right? When you're successful, more money, more problems. So they say, right? More money, more problems. You're successful, you have more customer service, you have more complaints in your business, you have more things to worry about, you have a bigger team to manage. If you are successful, people in your family might think of you differently. Your friends might start judging you. People might start telling you that all you care about is money. If that's not even true at all, you're just working on your business, doing your thing and minding your own business, and people will start to judge you. People will start to think differently. Your life will look different, although in a good way. Even though it's good, your life can look different. You'll have more time. You'll have more time to spend with your family, your kids, your spouse. You'll have more time to do the things you love, but life will be different, which means you're going to be far outside your comfort zone. It's going to be really good growth, but it's also scary. So success brings scary change. And humans are not programmed to accept change very easily. It's easy to resist change, which means resisting success. So let me ask you, what are you scared will happen if you reach that high level success? I want you to really dig deep in your own mind, your own subconscious, and think about, what are you scared of? What are you scared will happen if you reach that high level success? Because the answer to that is what's holding you back. Next is outside influence. There are tons of outside influences that are holding you back from a rich life. First up, judgment and opinions from people who are not where you want to be, which means people you look up to will never judge you for going after your goals, right? People that are ahead of you will never judge you because they know where you are, they've been there themselves, and they've pushed through those same obstacles that you're working towards right now. However, the people that will judge you are the ones that are behind you, or the ones that are not in the same space as you, are not familiar with what you're doing, are not familiar with online business, or whichever goals you're pushing towards. Those people that are not changing their lives, who are jealous of you, they will judge you. They will give you opinions, or people that are just unfamiliar with what you're doing, like say your family, they're unfamiliar with your goals, with what you're doing, so they're going to give you an opinion saying it's not a good idea, when really they don't know what they're talking about because they're not in the space themselves. So take advice only from people who are a few steps ahead of you. Those are the ones that you want to look up to, and that's the outside influence that you can let in. Other outside influence that might be affecting you is what others tell you that you should or should not be doing strategy-wise when it comes to your business. So for example, you might hear a lot of different opinions on what works on social media, how you should be showing up, how often you should be posting, what you should be posting, if you should be following trends, if you should stay away from static posts and photos and just do reels only or videos only, right? All of these things are outside influences that are affecting how you're showing up in your business. And if you let too many of them in and too many of these strategy opinions in, you're going to stay stuck and you're going to not know how to show up, and it's going to bring you to a standstill. In order to combat that, I want you to do what feels authentic and aligned for you and your brand. If something feels good to you, do more of it. If something feels off and you're showing up like not as yourself, don't do it. I want you to build like that, not based on trends. Next up, learning. Yes, learning can hold you back from a rich life because too much knowledge can actually be a thing. It's actually a problem if you are stuck in the gaining knowledge phase of business when you've already learned enough to jump in and start implementing what you already know. If you think you need another course, another program, another free guide, another, you name it, you don't. You have enough. You have enough knowledge to start. You don't need to know every single thing in the world in order to build your business. You just need to know the first couple steps. And if you know those first couple steps, yet you're still stuck in the gaining knowledge phase, that is holding you back. Inaction is the biggest killer of your dreams. In order to combat that, you need to make small daily progress, and not on learning, not on gaining more knowledge, on actually taking the steps necessary to build your business. So next time you find yourself holding back because you think you don't know enough, I challenge you to move forward anyways with the knowledge that you already have. You can learn more along the way. I am always learning. I am constantly learning. I am constantly learning from people that are a few steps ahead of me as well. So the learning phase never ends. If you think it ends and it comes to an end and you're waiting for the learning phase to end in order to take action, then you're wasting your time. You're wasting precious time when you could be building. And lastly, overthinking and perfectionism is holding you back from a rich life. Needing every step to be absolutely perfect before moving on to the next. Newsflash. Nothing will ever be perfect, so let that go and move with less thought. This is coming from a recovering perfectionist. I know firsthand that overthinking every single step of your business is going to hold you back. So let it go and move with less thought. If you're wondering what your audience will think at every single step and you're worried about their reactions, this is also holding you back. You need to move from a place of confidence, knowing that every step you take is one step closer to your goals. And like I said earlier in this episode, even if there are obstacles at each new step, you're learning how to come back even stronger. So keep pushing forward. Nothing needs to be perfect. It just needs to get done. In order to progress yourself towards that rich life you're working towards, you need to overcome your fear of failure, your fear of success, outside influence, the learning phase, and overthinking and perfectionism. For expert guidance on starting and scaling a highly successful online business designed around a life you're obsessed with, join my coaching membership Thrive. Claim your spot to instantly unlock new business strategies, money mindset techniques, and marketing methods that will blow your results out of the water at samanthapedal.com/thrive. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Self-Paid Club podcast. If you know you're meant for big things in life, leave a comment or review telling me what steps you're going to take today in order to progress you closer to your goals. Until next time, stay wealthy.